guys, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with Ninja J03, aka Ninja Joe. Thanks so much for coming back, checking out the brand new first episode of a new series for me. This is not going to be my typical survival mode kind of thing. This is going to be a multiplayer server though, so we're excited about that, not single player. But as you can see, I am in creative mode. So, I'm sure you're thinking, Ninja Joe, what are you doing in creative mode? I mean, come on, that's not your thing. You know, you like a challenge, you like to build. Creative mode is kind of like, it's kind of easy mode, and I agree with you. But the purpose of this world, being a multiplayer server, is not for me to take part in the shenanigans, but for me to create the shenanigans. This world is going to be turned into a playground for an adventure RPG kind of game that's going to be played by some folks who have, let's just say, limited skills and experience playing Minecraft. Super, super limited. So it's going to be fun to kind of watch them figure things out for the first time and experience Minecraft like we all did back in the day. Oh look, stuff's on fire. So first things first, let me give you guys a quick tour of the spawn area for this multiplayer world. You can see here I have marked out this pink X on the ground. That is the world spawn right there. So this is a pretty important place. I could have moved this to a different spot in the world, but actually I was pretty happy with it. It's kind of a nice area, but not certainly not the most grand. I want to save the amazing vistas for everyone to see later as they start to play through the world. So this little spot, we're going to make this a safe place for players to spawn in the world and not immediately get taken out by creepers and zombies and the whatnot. And I'm probably going to add maybe like a nice little building for them to shelter in over here, and probably because the players of this world are going to be fairly inexperienced with Minecraft, there might be kind of also a little training center action going on here, just so they can sort of interact with, you know, the basics of Minecraft for the first time in a safe environment, because for them, when they log in, they're going to be in survival mode. They're going to go plop right down there in survival mode, but here's the catch. They are going to be in survival mode, but they are not going to have the ability to craft anything. So yeah, they can go punch a tree and get a log, and you know what that does for them? Nothing. Not a thing. They're going to have to earn recipes and learn how to make things. They're going to have to do things in the RPG game to get weapons, to get money, and all the good stuff that warriors and adventurers need. So, this is the spawn area. We're going to be building some stuff here a little bit later, but before we do that, I want to show you guys something else. So guys, this is a place that I am starting to build deep underground. I call this my control room. And in this place, as you can see, I am housing a bunch of command blocks that do various things that will help me turn this survival multiplayer game into an RPG world for the other players to engage with. And so I have had to do a lot of homework about command blocks. This is all new to me, and I'm sure I'm not doing everything right, but everything I'm doing seems to be working. So from time to time, you'll see me pop in here, do stuff, maybe set up, adjust the rules. Like for example, this is the command block and circuit that makes sure that players only get 3 lives for every play night or session that we play. They can only die 3 times. That's part of the game. So if somebody comes on and they play for an hour and they die 3 times, well, sorry, you're out for the evening. Have fun being a spectator, watching everybody else play. Then over here, you know, this is a good example of how I'm using command blocks. I basically have, if I hit this button here, this puts the world into maintenance mode when the other players are not on and I want to build. I'm doing stuff like freezing the weather. I don't want any rain. Freezing the daylight. I don't want the sun to move while I'm building. and setting the time to an early portion of the day. This is really helpful, by the way, for villagers, because if you do it right, they're still in bed, yet there's still enough light to see by. Super, super, super great idea. Do that in your own world if you need to. And then vice versa, this button right here and this row of command blocks kind of undoes all of this stuff, and it sets the game back to how it needs to be set for the other players to come on and have a game session for a couple of hours at a time. These blocks here, these are all doing, just general things that you might need, like do limited crafting. That's a huge part of this game. We're going to be doing limited crafting in this world. I mentioned that earlier about the guys having to learn the recipes. That's right. And this set of blocks right here, this is the cornerstone of the entire game. The game will support up to 5 players, and these right here set a tag to a player that basically gives them a job class as a RPG, hero. So you can see here, set tag to warrior. So one of the players, I will set them up with this command block to become a warrior, and a different one will become a hunter, and a wizard. Gotta have a wizard. And a cleric. Somebody's always going to be a cleric. And then these are all sort of the usual generic affair. And then we have the Delver. And the Delver is going to be a job class where a lot of the eccentricities of Minecraft are going to fall on the Delver. So among the players who decide to play, probably whichever one has the most experience with Minecraft should maybe be the Delver. Possibly. Anyway, we'll see what happens. We're nowhere close to getting to this stage, but I wanted to show you this and kind of talk about this concept of these hero roles, as I'm calling them, that are the cornerstone of all of the goody RPG stuff that's going to happen later. Alrighty, now let me show you one last area that we're going to touch on in this episode, and that is a place that I like to call Olden Town. Teleporting's so great. So here we are. This is a little village in the world, not far from World Spawn. World Spawn, if you see that hill right there where the crosshairs are, just over that way, maybe a little bit to the right, so there and that way. Anyway, so this village happens to be in a great spot just visually. Lots of cool valleys and hills and lakes and big holes in the ground from 118 land generation. Plenty of horses, lots and lots of stuff to see, but also plenty of space for me to build and add on to. So this village is going to become a place, as you saw on the sign back there, called Olden Town. This is going to be where the players are kind of based out of. They will go from here out into the world and perform quests and retrieve whatevers and come back and gain experience points and go up in levels and find magic items and all of that good stuff. And one of the big things I'm going to add on to this village is going to be kind of a large sort of hall or fortress cathedral is kind of in my how I'd like to think about it in my mind. Something that looks like an old musty church, but also has sort of the sort of thick walls of a fortress and something like that. It's a place where warriors might hang out when they're not doing adventures. I need to build a wall around this town, kind of a defensive perimeter, and then of course I'm going to get into the actual buildings of this little town and spruce this stuff up, because it is all super vanilla Minecraft village, the stuff we all know and I'm not going to say love, but tolerate. Anyway, we're going to make all this look better. Like, look at this. We got to connect a road or put in a stairway or something. I mean, geez, can't leave that like that. Anyway, so we're going to go around the village, build a big wall, build a big fortress, castle, cathedral thing, and spruce this place way up. Well, guys, I wanted to come back now just as I'm sort of midway through this first project. As you can see, I have lifted up the spawn area. I believe this platform is big enough that no matter where they spawn around 00, which is right where this lantern is, I believe they'll spawn on this platform and not down there. I hope not, because danger area, safe area. Danger, safe. Danger, safe. So hopefully they will spawn here. If I discover that that's not happening, we will probably make this giant dinner plate bigger. And over here you can see I've just been doing a little doodling and laying out this sort of initial fortress slash training ground. Kind of in my mind, I refer to it, you know, as the school, where they'll learn a little bit about the world. They'll learn a little bit about Minecraft for those who really don't have a clue about stuff. So I'm kind of making it a little bit big. It feels big for like a building they're going to spend like 15-20 minutes in, but I need a bunch of space, and better to have be too big than too small. And so I'm gonna make a little safe passageway, you know, from the spawn platform there through here into kind of like some different rooms. Like here, this I think will be a place where they can get kitted out, keep some supplies and things like that, and sort of like a general hallway. Or this might be outdoors. I might make this like a courtyard. And then we're gonna have some information rooms here, some training stuff here. And then you may have saw in that little short time lapse, I put like almost like stepping stones going up here and a little platform. I'm thinking I'm gonna build a little tower up here, like a lookout tower. And this will provide kind of like a nice vantage point for them. I wanna get it up, you know, yeah, about this high. So they can see the spawn platform, they can see the training school, they can see bees flying around. No, but also different things. Like, for example, there's like a cool little island way over there. You know, I'm gonna put stuff on little islands like that and scattered around the landscape. I'm gonna put little Easter egg kind of secret places for them to find goodies, you know, emeralds to trade with and stuff like that. So I want them to have a nice vantage point here. And also I had a second thought for this tower. You know, we have a function in the game with command blocks where if one of the players should die 3 times in one night, one play session, they're going to get teleported somewhere. You know, wherever they are in the world, they're going to get teleported somewhere. And here's what I'm thinking. This is also going to double as, dun dun dun, a prison tower. They're going to get teleported into this tower. So that'll be kind of annoying for them, but kind of fun for me. No, you know, hey, you know what? If you die 3 times, you deserve to go to the prison tower. And then next session, the next time we play, somebody will have to let him out, or maybe I'll let him out. I'm not sure exactly how the mechanics of that are going to work. So I'm going to put some kind of a path here, goes up this hill, gets up into this tower, and then up at the top of it, there'll sort of be one section sort of quarantined off, will be kind of the jail cell, and then there'll be, maybe they can go out on the roof or something, and kind of get a view of all the stuff. So I'll take places like this, and I'm going to sit here in creative mode and see what I can see, knowing that they will be able to see similar things. So like I will purposefully put little tantalizing tidbits into the landscape where maybe if they're paying attention, they'll spot, oh look, there's a bridge there, or there's a hut, oh look, there is a tombstone on the top of that hill, or stuff like that. And then they can go and check these things out and you know, find extra weapons, goodies, food. Food is going to be so important to them. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how they're going to get food yet. We're going to work on that. But so this is the spawn platform. Very simple. Went for the, you know, what is now kind of a classic mismatch of granite and brick. I've seen a lot of people do this. Never really done it myself, so I thought I'd give it a try. I tried to sneak this copper in here. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I might rip it out. I might not. I don't know. I can't get past the fact that it's kind of looks like baked beans, and every time I think about that, it makes me want to tear it out. Yep. So anyway, that may happen. So, all right, we're going to move on. Time to keep plugging away at this project. Welcome back, guys. Boy, we got a lot of building done. Let's jump into it. So, as you can see here, the training ground is pretty close to completion. There are a few odds and ends still that I need to do. Maybe one more building in the background there. But I have pretty much laid this out as per my little doodle before. Let me take you through the buildings here so you can kind of see it as the players would see it. If they spawned in, they'll come through this building right here. This is just sort of a little welcome area. A couple signs to help them on their way. You know, welcome to the school. You should be free of monsters, except spiders, hopefully. Hopefully there's no creeper spawning in here. I don't think there are, but you never know. You know, some of the players are going to be very new to Minecraft, so I've made something called a Hall of Basics for them, where they can kind of learn a little bit about how to play. I will definitely be in the game helping them out with that as well. And then we have a practice yard for honing some more mid-level skills. So let's give you guys a tour here. So this building right here, this is kind of their building. So there's storage in here. There is a crafting table, furnace, you know, lots of barrels for them to put stuff in. And I'm not really gonna give them a whole lot in here now. This is an area where they can come and fill it up and leave stuff here at spawn that they might need. Downstairs is where they'll go to leave the facility to go out into the pathways that leave and go out into the wilderness to different places. So anyway, not a lot going on there, but over here, this way to the Hall of Basics. So this is basically, well, that's basically the Hall of Basics, yeah. So what we have here are little displays just kind of saying, well, you know, here's how you play Minecraft. Here's how you click stuff. Here's how you make food, crafting. Oh, look, here's coal, put it in the furnace. You know, super, super basic stuff. When I say some folks are going to be playing this who have never played Minecraft before, I'm not kidding. I really think maybe they've seen it, but I don't know if they've actually touched it, so this could be interesting. So we're going all the way to basics. Here, break these blocks, you know? This is the very beginning of Minecraft. Oops. You know, then we have stuff here about tools. Use the proper tools, you know? So you use an axe, it'll chop faster. And then come over here, and oh, you got some wood? Okay, well, try putting it down here. I left him a blank spot to put the wood down. And then lots of other things. Learning about item frames, books, at least mentioning magic books, magic items, and paper, which of course we use quite copiously to literally pass them notes. And then over here we've got beds, you know, what they need to know about beds, all about switches, pressure plates, all this kind of stuff, just so they can see it, touch it, see what it's like. Light, of course, lighting, very important. Learn to recognize light blocks. And then, oh, I like this. I made a pit here. Throw yourself into this hole to learn a valuable lesson. You know, which is basically like, hey guys, look, ladders are a thing. So let's see if I can do this. Nope, it's a little trickier than it seems. Oh, get up there, shift, go over, and now we're out. Yeah. A little bit of a nice life lesson there for him. And then up here on the second floor, a lot of item frames here. Now, this is a little less hands-on, but this is literally stuff about the world. So we got RPG world, oh, bad guys. There will be hero roles, which we talked about earlier. You know, for example, warriors can only wear heavy armor. Wizards throw potions. Hunters use bows, stuff like that. So they're just kind of learning the basics of the world. And then talk about treasure chests. Hidden copiously. That is no joke. I think so far I've hidden about 20 treasure chests, both around the school and in the wilderness and in different places. So this is going to be a big deal, and they're mostly going to be getting emeralds and food, maybe some basic supplies and things like that. And then also here we're talking about relics. So in the RPG world, they're gonna go out and try and find relics like this Eye of Newt, which is worth 2 experience points. So that's how they're gonna gain experience and go up levels in the RPG game. It won't really have anything to do with the XP orbs that are a part of the Minecraft game. That we're going to consider to be, I guess, magic points, because really the only thing you can do with it is enchant. So this is going to be the coinage of experience in the RPG game. Let's see. And then we're talking here about, enchanted areas. So basically, we're going to have a system where when they go to certain places, they're going to go into adventure mode. And when they're in adventure mode, obviously they can't break blocks. They have limited things that they can do and access. So they're going to be going in and out of survival mode and adventure mode. And so this is basically talking about that, saying that if you're in a quote-unquote enchanted area, you can't break or place blocks. So some places that they go into, some dungeons or adventure zones will be like that, and some won't. It'll all depend on what I want them to do. And then this display here is just basically me saying, please don't break stuff. And then some more information about the 3 lives that we talked about earlier. You die 3 times, you go to jail. This is about crafting, stuff like that. And then just some more information, just, giving them some basic advice, like get food, dark is bad, stay together, look out for creepers, all of that. And also, no cheating, do not anger the gods. So this is the Learn About the World room. So next out here, we have 2 things. You come outside the Hall of Basics, a little crossroads here. We have the practice yard going on this way, and then we have the enchanted tower up there. Let's check out the practice yard first, because this is an area where they can come and sort of hone their Minecraft skills. We have here arrows, bows and arrows that they can try out, or a crossbow with fireworks. Basically, we're setting up a little thing here for them to where they can shoot at the target, and then boom. Oh, look at that, I got 3, and boom. Oh, look at that, all but 1. That was pretty good. That was really good. Anyway, so they can practice their archery, and they can learn how to swim. I mean, it seems basic, but remember, some of these guys have really probably never played Minecraft before. They probably don't even know that they can drown, so let them figure it out here before they're dealing with like a zombie chasing them into a puddle. That could be worse. And then some good old parkour practice. Can you get over there and ring the bell? Let them learn how to jump and hold shift. So we're giving them some little instructions and stuff like that. Then over on this side, we have some other things. This is some coming soon stuff. So future sessions, we'll get into crafting with them. Over here, map room. When they start adventuring around the continent, maps will become a thing, so we'll teach them about maps. Over here, we're going to get into blacksmithing, so basically using anvils, and also the ores, what tools you can use to mine certain ores. So that's coming in the future. But then I figured if we're talking practice yard, they might want to practice fighting. So down here in the bowels of the ground, I built just basically a little simple fighting pit. If we come over here, push this button to summon a zombie, blurp, and there he is, and you can go in the pit and fight him. Got a little barrel over here. They could try out swords and shields and axes and stuff. A little bit of food for them. And then I kind of put like a little game for them to play in here if they really get into it. It's just basically, how many can you beat? And then over here I have a little book here. It says, want to fight zombies? Ask the GM to turn off the 3 lives rule so you can die all you want. Yay. Record your high scores in this book. And then I came up with this called the Lean Fight, which is a wooden sword, no armor, 1 loaf of bread. You fight 1 zombie, then you fight 2 at a time, then you fight 3 at a time, so on. You keep going, and you can replace a sword between the rounds, but you can't have any more food. So, and then you just see how many you could defeat. I tried this and I defeated 6. I thought that was a reasonable number. Not the best. I'm sure other people out there could do better, but I thought for me that's pretty good. I'm not a super big time fighter. So anyway, maybe they'll have some fun with that. Maybe not. I don't know. We shall see. It's here for them to try out. So the last place I want to check out is the Enchanted Tower. I want to show you guys this thing. Well guys, I've put myself into survival mode so we can now go check out the Enchanted Tower. And survival mode is an important aspect of this. I've tagged myself as the warrior and put myself into survival mode, so you can see I can do stuff like break dirt blocks, totally normal, right, put that back. But as I get into the enchanted zone, I will be put into adventure mode and I will not be able to break blocks anymore. So this will protect this build from me just digging around in it for treasure and stuff like that, but it also makes it a little bit more difficult for players to do things. They can interact with a lot less stuff. So there it was. You see there, I came up that little stair there, and it says warrior entered an enchanted area. And if I was the cleric, it would say cleric entered the enchanted area, or the wizard, same thing. I've set myself up as warrior just for this example so you can see this. So here's the tower. Again, it's protected. I can't, nothing here. I'm totally in adventure mode now, so can't break anything, can't break the ladders. And this is the first level. We come up to the second level here. We've got some nice little vistas that we can check out. Different areas. Ooh. There's a bunch of command blocks I was testing with earlier. And then we can go up to the roof. We can really get a nice view up here. Boop, boop. There we go. Everything's looking really nice. As promised, we have the views and vistas that we wanted. And we got a little lantern here, keeping the baddies from spawning on the roof. So, yeah, so this is the tower, and you may notice right there through the floor, Sir Dave. He is somewhere in the tower. Now, if you recall, we said this is also going to be our jail tower. So, I logged in my camera account, Sir Dave, and we have thrown him off this tower 3 times to kill him. So his lives are now expended, and there he is. But how do we get him out? Here's a little button. Poop. A little trap door opens, so boop. Right there. He could get out if he was fast enough. In fact, I'll just take us on up through the building here so you guys can see the little prison cell. There's Sir Dave. So if you die 3 times, you get teleported to that spot right there. And yeah, it's kind of tight quarters in here. There's really not a lot of room. There's not even a bed. Just a little skeleton to keep you company. There's a little bit of food in there. But other than that, you're gonna be stuck inside this jail cell. So guys, that is the tower complete. The training school very nearly complete. A couple things to do there. I need to give them a little place to get set up for their first dungeon run. Well guys, I have been doing a little bit of thinking, a little bit of evaluating, and I have come to an important realization. There is no chance, not one single solitary chance, that we are going to get to Oldentown in this first episode. I know I took you over there, I showed you around, oh what a tease, but this project has kind of spiraled out of control, and it's got me thinking I really want to ease the gang into this role-playing world a little softer. I don't want to I don't really want to bring them in here, send them somewhere else just to get a quest to go to yet a third place, like all in the first time that they come to this world. I want things to be much more simple. And so with that in mind, I have decided that we're going to run the first dungeon out of the training school, and that dungeon is going to be somewhere very nearby. It's going to be very, very level 1, probably going to build it underneath one of these hills or down under the ground somewhere, and you know, they're not going to go off to some Hall of Heroes or whatever kind of stuff I'll come up with for that. And that will allow us to kind of get started in a simpler way, simpler both in terms of geography, what they're doing, learning to play Minecraft, but also the RPG game system. So if I go down here, underneath of the little player building, come in here. Where's my hands? I need my hands. There we go. Down here in the basement, I have set up for them a little place where we're going to assign them their hero roles, whether they're the warrior, the hunter, the wizard, the cleric, or the delver. We're going to do that here for their very first adventure, and all of their equipment you can see will be preset for them. They've got iron armor for the warrior, and swords and shields, and then the hunter, he's getting bows and arrows. The wizard's getting fireworks and potions. Cleric's lame, he's got a hoe. And the delver's all in gold stuff: gold sword, gold axe, gold armor. Yeah, it seems cool, but it's in reality kind of sucky. So basically, what I'm saying is, this first adventure that they're gonna go on is gonna base right out of here. Whoops. Right, I'm in creative mode. I just broke the floor. Well, I'll fix that. Anyway, so they're going to work out of here. They're not going to go off to Olden Town and then start branching out from there. We'll do that later. So that, I think, will simplify things for them and for me. And it also helped me kind of get a better feel for how much content we're going to put in each episode, each video episode, because I already know we're pretty much pushing the max for this first episode, and all I've done is really build the training school, and that's my fault. It went from like 1 or 2 buildings to what, 6? We have six buildings and a tower. 7 if we include the little stable. I built them a little stable down there. It's just getting to be a lot. So I feel like in general this series may be 2 building episodes followed by an episode where the gang finally comes in and runs the dungeon. So if you guys are watching and you decide, hey, I really like the building episodes, I don't care about them running the dungeon, I'm just going to watch the building episodes, you can do that. Just skip the other one. Or if you're the other way around, you're like, I don't care about the building, I just want to see them, die in multiple terrible ways in a dungeon. So you can just tune in for the other episodes, and that's totally fine if you want to do that. But I'll definitely try to be upfront with the episodes of what the content is. You should be able to tell. Maybe I'll come up with a title scheme or something so everybody knows what they're getting into. But yeah, I think this is really going to be about it for today's episode, because if I put anything else in it, it's going to be so long, nobody's going to watch it. Well, thanks so much, guys. I hope this first episode has been pretty interesting, intriguing, and all of that good stuff. I hope you will come back for episode 2, where we will be delving into the level 1 dungeon that the guys are going to face. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. Thanks so much. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.